Oh no, the meteor has gotten closer. I don't know. It's gonna hit in approximately 1 day. We better be prepared. I don't know. Maybe we need a bunker or something? This is getting scary. Everyone, prepare yourselves.
Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel, or welcome to the channel if you're just tuning in. Bloxburg's new map is arriving tomorrow around 1 p.m. in exactly 24 hours when I'm recording this, guys. So it's arriving tomorrow, and we don't have anything to live off of to survive the meteor strike. I've seen so many people build bunkers, and I decided, well, you know what? Let's build a bunker so that me and my friend Cammy can both escape and hide out when the meteor officially hits Bloxburg. Okay, so with the bunker is usually underground, so I had built a nice little underground area just for us to have a bunker. Now, what we're going to need to do is we're going to need to figure out how we want each room to be in the bunker. So what we're going to need to do is we're going to need to put some walls down. Now, I don't know how I want to structure this because it's a very small area because, again, it's a bunker. You don't need much in a bunker. So what we're going to do, what we have to do is we have to figure out how we want the layout to be. Well, first, we need to survive. So we need a kitchen. We need a bathroom, right? Yes, we need a bathroom. We don't really need a bedroom, but we can have a bedroom. That's all we need to survive. We just need a kitchen and a bathroom. We could live off of that for a couple days or a day or so, because who knows how long it's going to take to rebuild Bloxburg after that meteor hits. It's probably going to take weeks, months, years to rebuild Bloxburg. Okay, so I kind of just split this off equally on here just to kind of see what I want to do with this area right now. No, I'm thinking about having the middle area be a big area because I don't know what I want to add in the middle area. It's probably going to be like a living room of some sorts, and then down here is going to be like a bathroom kind of thing. So this is going to be something that we add in the bathroom. I think maybe I want to have like the bathroom be this big because we don't need a big bathroom, and then we can have a bedroom right here on this side. I think this fits perfectly, and then over here we can have like, you know, a music area slash kitchen slash anything kind of thing. And then maybe we can have like a little closet over in this area so that way we can put all the rest of our stuff. Then in here we have a nice little area for the bunker. I might change the size off of this. I don't know if I like this particular size on here. But I think this is gonna fit us very perfectly. Okay, so I decided to make one side a little bit bigger than the other one, just so that we could have this over here. But I think I might want to do something like this as well, just to kind of keep this a little bit of symmetrical. So now what we're going to need to do is we need to place down some floors in the place for this bunker. Because, well, we need a floor than just going on concrete. I mean, the concrete will work really well in the bunker. I just don't know how I would feel about concrete on the bunker. And then, well, we need a place to get in and out and escape from the bunker. Once the meteor hits, we can come out, assess the damage and everything to see how long it's going to take Bloxburg to rebuild. So we're going to need some stairs. I think what will fit the best is this simple wall ladder right here. I think that one will look good. I don't know if I want to have the entrance be back here or if I want to have the entrance be up front over here, right over by the mailbox. But I think we can have the entrance over here just for now. And then, well, what we're going to need next is we're going to need to make this now look pretty, because it doesn't need to be bougie or luxury. It just needs to be a bunker, something that we can survive off of a little bit. That what I've seen people do is they have like this little like notice board. If we search up board, I don't know how to spell. If we search up board, they have this little cork notice board, and they kind of put like information of the Bloxburg meteor. I think we can make this. We should make this bigger because, well, the meteor is going to have a lot of stuff that we need done with it. So if we put this notice board over here, so that way we can have like pictures and stuff on it, just of like the meteor, every kind of like, you know, things that we know. Oh wait, I forgot. We're going to need some doors to head into the rooms, because without doors, we can't go into any rooms. So one of the things I see that looks nice and bunker-like is these nice little freezer doors. If you know about in Bloxburger, or Bloxy burgers, whatever people call them these days, is that there's these doors right here, and these are our freezer doors, and I think these look nice to be bunker wise. And it's not a bunker unless you put a carpet under here, and you know what carpet will look really nice under here? Oh, welcome mat. So starting off, you have your welcome mat, and I think over here we could put like a nice little small table with tools and stuff, because who knows if the bunker is going to need us to have some tools to kind of fix some things, because we don't know how long we're going to be in here for. So we're going to start ourselves off with this nice little console table over here. Just kind of start us off a little bit, or we could have done like a dining table, like this dining table right here. But I don't know how I would feel about having a dining table be in here, because I mean we could put it over on this wall over here, but I just don't know how I would feel about having like a dining table. So we're gonna put these console tables right here. Okay, well, I didn't find the toolbox, but we have a nice little screwdriver over here. I think we also have a nice little hammer as well. So let's put down a hammer as well on here. Just kind of clutter up this area just a little bit, and we should be on the small grid. I know there was like a workstation kind of thing, like this little like tool bench. I don't know. I'm just. Oh, you know what? We're gonna need some like sunglasses in here. So let's put our sunglasses over here. Because who knows? Who knows when we go out? We might need sunglasses on. I feel like we could. I don't think we need those. I think we'll be fine with just those wrenches over there. Now, what we need in here is we need a lot of cluttering. That's what we're gonna definitely need, is a lot of cluttering. I would probably have like a trash can as well, so that way we have like, trash. But I don't know if I feel like that trash can will do any good. Do we have any barrels? Oh, we do have barrels. I think a barrel would be nice. If we kind of like put like a barrel in here, kind of have like this off to the side like that. And since we're moving in here, what we're gonna need as well is we're gonna need our like, our cardboard boxes, so that way I could be like, oh yeah, we just moved in here, so we have this over here that we just moved in, and then maybe like an open one. No, I think a closed one would be fine just for now. And then what we can have is, I believe there's also crates. It's like these wooden crates. Yeah, right here, this crate. We can have like a wooden crate that's in here as well. We can kind of do something like this over here in this area, kind of just doing like a little bit of a clutter. Now, in a bunker as well, I think Bloxburg has pipes. They do have pipes. They have like these industrial pipes kind of thing. So I think adding some pipes in here would be beneficial to the bunker, kind of like so. We could have some like going in the ground. So we have this little pipe over here, kind of like symbolizing that we can turn that screw to maybe give us, I don't know, anything, sort of, whatever. So you can put that over there. And this wall just feels so empty behind everything over here. So what should we do? What should we add here? Well, first off, I think we're going to need a hat rack, so that way we can put our clothes on them. I feel like that this would also fit in the bunker, because we don't need anything that's like bougie or anything. Just something that's, nice and minimal, so that way when we go and do any kind of like work on this place, that, well, it's just a bunker, we don't need anything to like really fit, kind of. Okay, so one thing that I do want to go ahead and work on is, well, we need to figure out what we want to have up as our flooring. Now, bunkers, they have kind of like, it's just underground, so you just have to make it look very simple. Okay, I think I know exactly what I want to do for like kind of like a little bit of a flooring kind of thing. We just need like, something that's like metal on the floor, something that will feel like it's metal, like maybe like this. Ooh, like kind of do like a carpet that kind of runs in like the middle of everything, even though we have like the welcome mat right there. I feel like we can do like a carpet that kind of runs over here a little bit, so that way it's not too much. First things first that we're going to need in here is we're going to need a, well, kind of like a floor that kind of opens up in this area. Yeah, let's just move all of this over, so that way we can move this over here and then that over there. Move that over just a little bit, and then we can add like maybe like another pipe that goes off like that. So what we're going to need in here is we're going to need some lights. So, well, first things first is we're going to need a lamp. We're going to need like a nice little table lamp. We don't need much. I think maybe this table lamp will look nice, and then we can do like linen, like a linen light on it. I think that will look nice. So we could do maybe like I think that would look nice so far for right now. I think that looks nice. Well, we don't have a lot, so let's work over on this area as well. Kind of have like somewhere over here be like the living room where we have like a nice little TV. So I think that will look really nice if we have like a nice little TV. Because then again, it doesn't need to be like a nice big thing. All it needs to be is it just needs to be able to hold a TV for us. And obviously we don't need all these tables that there is in the game. All we need is pretty much just something that can hold down a TV, because we don't know exactly how long we're going to be in here for. So I think maybe this will look nice for a TV. Yes. Ooh, look at that. This looks so nice. Ooh, where were you when it was time for senior photos? Now we're gonna need some chairs in here. Something that's gonna be, you know, nice and cozy. So that way when we're here, we're not doing much. So I think this broken sofa will be super nice. If I kind of just put like a broken sofa over here, I think that will be nice to put over in this area, because again, it's just a broken sofa. And it doesn't need to be much as well. It doesn't need to be much either. And then what we can do in here as well is we could do a carpet, because all we will really need is just like a simple carpet to put over here. And we can kind of have like the same little idea of like the small flowers, and then like, you know, a nice little carpet that we could put in here. So I think that will fit really nice. I feel like, again, I do these things as well. I put like a coffee table in here as well. Again, coffee tables really fit as well in the area. So now if we take a look at this, we have a nice little coffee table that's in here. And that way it's nice and broken coffee table, because we don't need much in a coffee table. We just need something that can kind of like fit in this area. Now we don't need something that's super fancy smanchy. We just need something that's going to get us through the area. So I really like this tripod floor lamp. I think this one looks pretty nice. So I think the bunker is starting to look a little bit more like a bunker than anyone else's bunkers at all. So this is pretty nice. So we have our TV, we have our living room, we have this over here. And now what we can do is I said I was going to do like a little bit of a carpet in here to kind of keep these stone lines. And I think that looks magnificent. And then we can put like another little like lamp over on that side. It doesn't need to be too bright or anything, because again, it's just a bunker. And the bunker is just going to serve as multiple points of anything for us. So over here we have our nice little living room. We have our, you know, nice little entryway where we have this over here, and then we have like this nice little like storage stuff that we have over here as well. I think over here I want to do is like some kind of like storage as well. I feel like this will fit in the kitchen, because we don't need like a big kitchen either. It's just a bunker. Pretty unique for this area. So we can kind of do something like this. I think that's just my opinion. Also, we have these heavy duty shelves right here that we could put, but I don't know how I feel about the heavy duty shelf. So we could do something like this for like our like nice little like storage area. So that way, if we have like any like boxes or things that we're moving from the house, we could put them over here, like drinks and stuff over on here as well. Even though we have the kitchen over here, and then I think we're gonna do this as like a nice little like office room thing or whatnot. Probably just we could expand that room a little bit. Okay, so for the little bit of the entranceway, I kind of did a little bit of work on here, as you can see. So we have this over here, and then we have our nice little hatch over here that we can open and kind of just go down into the bunker. And then if we close that off, it looks like this. So this is kind of what I did over here. I kind of did a little bit of cluttering as well. So it kind of just looks nice, and I kind of did something a little bit with like the ceilings and stuff like that. So we kind of have like this over here, and that kind of floats in the air just a little bit. But we can fix this up over here just a little bit. Probably doing like a nice little smaller hatch kind of thing over here, because I don't know if I directly like this current hatch. We're just gonna do some nice little items over here that we could use, that we could find around town, or just things that we're taking from our old place and putting in here. So this is kind of like storage, because again, this is a bunker. We're not going to have much storage to kind of put in here. So we're putting some like kind of like perfume bottles. And there's another thing that we could have in here as well as is a nice little display case, so that we can display anything that we have. And well, it's not a complete space until you have your cheese duck in here. So we're going to put our cheese duck over here, and that looks so cute. It looks very, very cute. And then again, what we could use as well is our books with some money on it. Because again, we have a lot of money that's going to be laying around. Because again, we're like 4.4 millionaires. So we're going to need tons and tons and tons of money to kind of get us through the Bloxburg crash. Now, another thing we're going to need is we're going to need some nice little movie reels. So that way we can put on, because again, this is an old TV. And old TVs kind of use that little movie reel on here. So that's something we're going to need. So we can put like maybe like the spray bottle over here. And then maybe like a sponge. I think that will look nice. A sponge will look nice in here. So then we kind of have like this over here, which looks so nice. Wow. I think we're doing such a good job on this. And then we could have some like extra movie reels down here. Now we don't have much that goes down in this space down here because we're kind of like filling up all the other spaces. We could put like a toy car down here, a few mugs that we were able to take from the old space. Because again, we don't know how long we're going to be down here. So this is going to be something that we can kind of continue to use in this space over here. Okay, so now we have the kitchen kind of starting to be built up a little bit, and we can use kind of like the same walls that we used over in the other area as well to kind of just give us a little bit of this in here in the kitchen. Now again, in the kitchen, there's a lot of things that we have to put in the kitchen to kind of make it look like a kitchen. So let's just make it look like a kitchen. This is our kitchen. I think it looks pretty nice currently. Because again, it doesn't need to be much of anything. It just needs to be a nice little kitchen that can kind of get us through everything that we're going to need in this house, in this bunker. So this is what the kitchen currently looks like. And now let's move on to the next room, I guess. Okay, so this is the bedroom. We're kind of starting off here. We don't need it to be too luxurious or big, but I kind of wanted to have the bedroom be big so that we can add some nice stuff in here, some nice decorations and decor. And then we're just going to have these nice little mattresses in here that's going to get us through, well, so much. So over here we're going to put in a nice little pillow on both sides of the bed. Because again, the pillow isn't going to be much. It's just going to be something that can kind of get us through the Bloxburg attack. So we're gonna have red and blue for Cammy and I, because this is our brand, of course. So we have to have a nice little red and blue bed for the both of us. And then what we're also gonna need is we're gonna need a nice little blanket as well that we can put over here, kind of scale it just so that it kind of will fit on the bed. It doesn't matter if it goes off of it just a little bit, because again, this is just going to be a nice little bedroom for the both of us, so that way we can kind of sit in here and kind of reflect on the Bloxburg comet. So I think this looks pretty nice and cute for just starting out in here in this bedroom, because again, we don't need it to be too bright, too anything. Because again, it's just going to get us through everything that we're going through it for the Bloxburg comet. So we're kind of just adding in some lights, making sure that it doesn't look too bright. Also, I think what we can also add in here is we can add like a little desk over here. So I think this desk is going to do pretty good. And then we're just going to need a chair. And I think once again, we're going to use this nice little chair that's over here. And then we can have, as well as we can have the calendar in here that we've had in the other room. And then this wall kind of looks a little bit plain. So we can add maybe like some other like picture frames. What if we do a bookshelf? I mean, we could do this over here, which I think that looks nice. And then we can put like, I don't know, a poster to the side. And then we could do like a mirror over here. I think that will look nice. And have like another duffel bag that kind of just sits up over here, even though it's like a gym duffel bag. And we can put like a nice little world globe over here. I think another thing we can bring in here is like a nice little box. So again, all this is going to be the home that we live in for quite a while. Add like another like old computer on there, another like walkie-talkie so we can communicate with the outside world, and then another mug. Hungry, unless we get thirsty. I think this is a good spot to end off in the bedroom. And over here, the bathroom isn't going to need to be much, because again, it's just a bathroom, and all we're going to need is just the basic appliances like shower, toilets, and sink. So first things we're going to start off with is we're going to need some plumbing. Then what we're going to do is we're going to do this basic shower combo. This nice little broken toilet that we can put over on this side. I think we can put the broken toilet like right over here. And then the nice little broken sink that we could put right over there. And then again, we have a mirror that we can put up over here. Think about making that space a little bit smaller because you don't need a big bathroom. Just something that kind of fits like this. And then storage, because we're going to have some storage in here. We're going to need some toothbrushes, some soap, a bar of soap. And look at that. I think this is starting to look really nice. And then we can bring the mirror back over here. We're going to do like, we're not going to have it resized. We're just going to do that right there. Because I think that this looks nice. The light right there to kind of light up the room just a little bit. And then this is the bathroom. This is all we need in the bathroom. So that is the bunker. And now that is the bunker. The bunker is all complete and we can finally move into the bunker, which kind of looks a little bit dainty on the outside. But let's head into the bunker and look at this, guys. We are over here in our bunker. We have our nice little storage areas over here. So that way we can just kind of like store anything that we move in with. We have our nice little living space area, which I think this looks like a luxurious living room, even though this is like a nice little bunker that we're just living in. We have our broken chairs in here because, again, we just put them in the bunker. And then in here we have the nice little kitchen. It's very cheap and everything that we're going to need to survive. And here is just a extra room, kind of like we could put like maybe more storage areas. I didn't finish this one up because really didn't need to finish that one up, and I gotta paint that wall over there. But this is the nice little kitchen. I think it looks really nice. If we head over here, we have the nice little bedroom where we can kind of just sit and, you know, watch anything. We can, you know, talk on the walkie saying, hey, anyone know what's going on out there? And they can kind of just tell us what's going on out there. We have our nice little lights that are in here, and then in here is the bathroom, which is just nice and dainty. We don't need much in here, because again, that's just everything we're going to need to survive. And I think this looks like a nice little bunker. And I think that Bloxburg is going to end in less than 24 hours. Now, if you guys did enjoy this video, leave a like, subscribe, and turn post notifications so you never miss a video just like this one. And tomorrow I will be going live for the Bloxburg event, and the link is in the description. Go ahead and check that out because you don't want to miss the live Bloxburg event. I'm going live at 12:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So just convert that to your time zone and we'll be able to kind of hang out before the meteor strikes. Also, I have a Discord server. The link is in the description. I notify you about uploads faster than YouTube notification gets out, so go ahead and join that as well. It will be greatly appreciated. Thank you so much for watching. I can't wait to see you guys in the live streams tomorrow. I'm probably going to do a grow garden live tomorrow as well, so keep a check out for that if you want to see some grow a garden.